It has not been the homestand the Twins had hoped for, yet today they'll try to pick up a win against the White Sox and make it a 5-5 homestand. It's been a tough series against the White Sox because the Sox have proven once again why they are leading the division. They have at least one element that the Twins don't have, dominant at times starting pitching, and it won't get much easier today. Hello everyone from Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for the series and homestand finale. And the Sox, even though they've gotten very good starting pitching in the first two games, have a guy many people consider their ace on the mound today.
Yeah, it'll be Jake Peavy. Jake Peavy is an outstanding pitcher. He's a battler. He's kind of like a workhorse for the Chicago White Sox. He leads the club in innings pitched, has had very good success against the Twins this season in 4 starts, 3-1, very good ERA, and he has pitched extremely well here at Target Field.
And the Twins will send their ace on the mound. Scott Diamond has been the most reliable starter the Twins have had this year.
Yeah, Scott Diamond probably about 3 weeks pitching on his normal day rest. And Scott Diamond against the White Sox, this will be his 4th start. It'll be the 3rd time in his career that he has faced Jake Peavy as his mound opponent. So Diamond has to keep the White Sox hitters off the bases.
And the Twins are hoping that their starting pitcher can give them a really good chance to win. Maybe the Twins can score first in the series finale. When we come back, we'll have more information on a really good cause, pitching in for that good cause. Brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Fans still filing in on a perfect day for baseball. The first place White Sox and the Minnesota Twins from Target Field with Roy Smalley. I'm Kevin Gorgan. Fans, has a great cause coming up here later this month that you can be involved in. It's called Pitch In for Baseball. Mr. Smalley is the president of the board. This is a tremendous cause, Roy.
Well, thanks, Kevin. We are very excited about it. Pitch In for Baseball has been in existence about 8 years, and we've found that our ability to collect and redistribute new and gently used baseball and softball equipment to underserved communities has really struck a chord. It really resonates with folks, and you can imagine the numbers of kids around the United States and really around the world that are not playing baseball simply because they can't afford the equipment. And we have specialized in collecting equipment that is no longer being used and distributing it to those underserved communities. We've specialized in organizations like the RBI program. Your generosity, Twins fans, has helped us supply the Minneapolis and St. Paul RBI programs here. We've also sent equipment to Minot, North Dakota, who lost equipment in the flooding last year, Joplin, Missouri last year. And listen to this. This is really cool. Uganda is the first team ever from Africa to play in the Little League World Series this year. We started supporting that program 6 years ago. We got the equipment to them to help them even start the program. Now they're playing in the Little League World Series. It's a wonderful cause. And we're going to do an equipment collection event here September 24th here at Target Field. If you Twins fans would bring any equipment that you're not using, we'll be here at gates 29 and 34 collecting that equipment, redistributing it right here in Twins territory. So we look forward to seeing you on September 24th. And thanks to everybody. Let me yak about it here a little bit.
Fans, hopefully you can pitch in, and hopefully today Scott Diamond can pitch in and get back on track and take down the first-place White Sox as the Twins look to avoid the sweep next on Fox Sports North.
Lineup at first base, but at least his bat will be in the middle of the Twins lineup.
Joe Mauer and Ryan Doumit. Doumit doing the catching here this afternoon for Ron Gardenhire.
Well, managers talk about having a bat in the middle of the lineup, and Adam Dunn has been that bat for the White Sox, how it can lengthen the lineup. Well, the reverse is also true. You miss guys, and it really shortens the lineup. The Menard batting order for the White Sox. has Adam Dunn hitting third and playing first base again. Wise will lead off, then Youkilis and Dunn, Konerko, Rios, Viciedo, Ramirez, Flowers, and Beckham.
And on the mound for the Twins this afternoon, it'll be Scott Diamond looking for win number 12, making his 24th start of the year. Very good 3.46 earned run average. This will be his 4th start against the Chicago White Sox on the season. 1 win, 2 losses, an ERA at 4.2 against the White Sox.
Twins out on the field have a different look. Ben Revere is in left field for the first time this year. Spans in center, Chris Parmelee in right, Plouffe at third, Florimon Casilla up the middle, Mauer at first, and Ryan Doumit behind the plate. We've seen a lot of Ben Revere in right, a little bit in center, but now he gets the chance to play in left field.
Well, they're trying to get Chris Parmelee's bat in the lineup, so Parmelee accustomed to first base and right field down in Rochester, so Ben Revere goes from right to left. Now, the Twins have had a horrible season against the Chicago White Sox. They have won only 4 times in 17 games. This is the last game between these two ball clubs.
Twins have had very good weather during this homestand. They've won 4 games. They've lost 5, a couple of walk-off wins, and they'd love to at least finish this homestand with a 500 record.
Yeah, the last time the Twins beat the Chicago White Sox, it was in Chicago. Scott Diamond started that ball game. Twins won that game, by the way, 18-9. Plenty of run support for Scott Diamond.
Dwayne Wise leading things off, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, according to Gary Cederstrom. Alejandro Diaz is struggling at the plate right now, just a couple of hits and 21 at bats, so Wise getting the start in center field. And Robin Ventura, first-year manager, but he can look at the numbers as well as anybody else. For whatever reason, Diamond has a greater success against right-handed batters than lefties.
Yeah, lefties hitting 302, right-handers hitting 272.
Sliced foul, and it's 1-2.
Well, Diamond, again, he's not a guy that's going to strike out 6, 7, 8 guys in a ball game. Consistently what he will bring is around the strike zone, change speeds. Fastball 90 to 92 in that range right there. He'll mix in a good curveball and a very good changeup. When he's on, he will get ground ball outs.
And a little chip shot foul, still 1-2. As we mentioned, this is his 4th start against the White Sox. His first start was way back in May, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and he had things going pretty well on August 1st against the White Sox, but he was hit by the line drive, taken out of the ball game. But 7 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs. That was certainly a competitive start. And then, oddly enough, the one time he didn't pitch all that well, the Twins got him a lot of runs against the White Sox. 7 hits, 4 earned runs, but the Twins blew the game open.
This guy right here, Dwayne Wise, brings a lot of experience with him. Released by the Yankees back in the latter part of July, then signed by the White Sox.
It'll be at least an 8-pitch at bat to get things going. The count remains 2-2.
Wise, 34 years old. He's played for 6 different major league teams. The Chicago White Sox twice, Toronto Blue Jay organization 3 times, also the Braves, the Reds, and the Marlins.
And Diamond's pitch count getting run up in the first at bat. 4 2-strike fouls off the bat of Dwayne Wise.
Yeah, Scott coming into this ball game, 79 strikeouts in 149 innings pitched.
Nubber back to the mound. Diamond wins the battle.
Well, let's take a look at the GMC keys to the game, and it's manager Ron Gardenhire on Scott Diamond.
Maybe this back in the routine will be better. As the game went along last time, he got better at the end. His ball was coming out of his hand a little bit better. He located a little sharper breaking ball. Early it was just kind of tumbling, and you start worrying if he's got too many innings under his belt. So, you know what? We'll find out today. I think today will be a big telltale sign where we're at. I look for him to step up and give us a great performance today.
Yeah, I agree with Ron Gardenhire. I don't believe that, he's running out of gas. I think he's got a lot left in his tank. This young man is only 26 years old. Good fastball right there at 90. But when you're taken out of your routine, when instead of pitching every 5th day, all of a sudden it's the 6th and 7th day, you almost have to throw twice in between starts to try to wear yourself down a little bit.
Span making the catch out number 2.
Well, only because of the first couple innings, like Ron Gardenhire talked about. Once he got into a nice groove, then that ball's going to move a little bit better. When you have that extra day's rest, and I've been there, you feel like you can throw the ball through a brick wall. Well, guess what? That brick wall the ball's pretty straight, and the hitters are going to hit it pretty hard.
Here's Adam Dunn, and he takes a strike. The disruption for Diamond began in Texas on August 23rd. His 2 1/3 inning outing when he threw a pitch over the head of Josh Hamilton. He was ejected from the game, handed a suspension, appealed the suspension, made one more start after the Texas start, then served the suspension. And the bottom line is, in just over 21 innings, counting the Texas start, he's given up 15 earned runs. 1-1.
And also after that, during the last couple 2-3 weeks, the Twins went to a 6-man rotation. And then, one off day in there, so all of a sudden you're pitching once a week. So Scott Diamond back in his regular routine. Hopefully he can go deep into the ball game. 17 of his 23 starts have been quality starts.
2-2 to Dunn, making his first appearance in the Chicago lineup yesterday after missing 7 games. A strained oblique muscle. It was a re-injury to an earlier situation. 2-2 from Diamond. And a tapper foul. And the White Sox yesterday bringing Dunn back as a first baseman because they wanted him to stay more active rather than be a designated hitter.
Almost like what the Twins are doing with Joe Mauer. Justin Morneau DHing. Joe Mauer, a little bit of stiff back. Last thing he needs to do is go sit on the bench for maybe an inning or 2 before he hits again.
There's a called third strike. Dunn strikes out. And Diamond gets through the inning with 18 pitches, half of them to the leadoff man. The Twins can enjoy a travel off day tomorrow with a win here this afternoon. Here's his Menards batting order. Denard Span leading off. Ben Revere hitting second. Joe Mauer followed by Justin Morneau, Ryan Doumit, Chris Parmelee, Trevor Plouffe, Alexi Casilla, and Pedro Florimo.
And that'll be Jake Peavy on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. For Peavy, he's making his 29th start and his 5th start against the Twins. 3-1 this year. In his career, he is 5-3, but 3-1 here at Target Field in 4 career starts. He has enjoyed pitching here at Target Field. Hope the Twins offense can change that here this afternoon.
Span's had his share of success against Peavy, 5 for 14, and he takes strike 1. Twins with some speed in the lineup with Span and Revere, Florimon, Casilla. Popped up, back and out of play, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jake Peavy 10 and 11 on the year, but a very good 3.27 earned run average. That's 8th best in the American League. There just have been some games that he's been on the mound. He has not received a lot of run support. This guy is the workhorse for the Chicago White Sox.
2 strikes. Just off the outside corner. 1-2.
Peavy with 171 strikeouts, 8th most in the American League.
Very close. Span drives it to right. Rios back a few steps, makes the catch on the edge of the track. 1 down. Take a look at the White Sox in the field with Dwayne Wise in center, flanked by Viciedo and Rios. And the standard infield alignment with Dunn at first base. Konerko's DHing. Tyler Flowers behind the plate, giving A.J. Pierzynski a break. White Sox, after the rainout on Thursday, in their scheduled game with Detroit, finishing the season with 20 games in 20 days. So Robin Ventura will pick and choose when he wants to put Flowers in to give Pierzynski a break. Strike 1 to Revere. Fans still talking about Revere's magnificent catch in center field last night.
That off the bat of A.J. Pierzynski.
1-1.
Ron Gardenhire was talking about Jake Peavy prior to the game, and he was saying that he likes to watch this guy pitch because he does a good job of adding and subtracting. And he took a little off that fastball right there at 82. Previous pitch at 90.
1-2.
Peavy in his 4th season with the White Sox, his 11th major league season.
Hit fairly hard to center, and Wise over to make the catch. Revere out on a line drive, 2 away. And that'll bring back Mauer to the lineup with the bases empty. Mauer missing 5 games. Didn't have an at bat in the Kansas City series. This will be his first at bat in this series.
I see the batting average at .319 for Joe Mauer, trying to win his 4th batting title. Got to finish the season strong. Mike Trout leading, hitting .331. Then Miguel Cabrera, Derek Jeter, and Joe Mauer 4th in the American League in hitting.
1-0 to Mauer. Lifted to left center and deep. Viciedo back at the wall. It's gone. A home run. We saw it yesterday on Revere's catch. How with the weather being warm, the ball really carrying here, and that appears to be the case again here this afternoon.
Yeah, the wind blowing out just a little bit, but Joe got it into that jet stream here, and we haven't said that too often here at Target Field. Mauer taking that pitch the other way, and the Twins take an early 1-0 lead on Joe Mauer's 10th home run of the year.
All 3 balls put in play have been hit sharply against Peavy. Here's Morneau. Down low, ball 1.
Joe hitting his 10th home run, his 4th here at Target Field, and his 1st since July 16th when he hit one against the Orioles.
1-1. As recently as 10:30 this morning, Mauer was unsure whether he'd be able to play today. I talked to him in the clubhouse. He's heading down to the cage to see if his back would loosen up, and I'm guessing it has. You hit one 400 feet in your first swing.
Yeah, he was in the cage, then he was out down that right field line with Perry Castellano, the strength coach, to try to loosen up, and everything was okay.
Little nubber. That's going to be a tough play. Peavy fields and throws and gets Morneau by a step. A Mauer home run. And the first lead goes to the Twins.
Home run. I'm Robbie and Smikowski as we welcome you back to Target Field. This is Bob Cabana. He's the director of the Kennedy Space Center in Orlando, Florida, and took part in a pregame ceremony with a balloon launching with some students from the University of Minnesota. Bob, it brought you here to Minnesota to celebrate Minnesota Aerospace and Aviation Week. Can you tell us a little bit about the balloon launch and what it entailed?
Absolutely, Robbie. First off, it's great to come home to Minneapolis and see the Twins play. I've been a fan since the first game here, but you know it's great to talk to engineering students. The Minnesota Space Grants Consortium. They were launching a balloon, working with the University of Minnesota, sending this thing up, systems integration, talking to students, getting them excited about aerospace, getting hands-on work to do stuff. It was neat to be a part of it and have them share it with me.
And with that balloon launch, there's a baseball autograph by Josh Willingham and Justin Morneau that is up with it. They expected to travel about 90 minutes up and about 45 minutes down. What kind of experience is this like for these students here at the University of Minnesota?
It's always fun to see things, you know, go up to near space, 70,000 feet. It'll land about 30 miles from here. And, you know, again, it's the hands-on stuff. You can learn a lot of stuff in the classroom, but actually getting to do it, that's even better.
And one other thing, I know you're the director of the Kennedy Space Center. You guys deal with space shuttle launches. You travel all kinds of places. Now, a gentleman named Lee May faced Burt Blyleven, first batter he ever hit, and he hit a home run. Has that ball ever been tracked down in outer space?
I don't know. I think you're giving Burt a hard time here.
Have there been any other Burt Blyleven baseballs tracked down in outer space anywhere, Bob?
I would never say anything against a Hall of Famer.
Man, I tried to bait him, Burt. He wasn't taking it.
I like Bob. Thank you very much. Yeah, that ball that George Foster hit off me, Lee May was just, you know, that was okay. But the one that Foster hit me, that's baby's still coming around.
You saw Paul Konerko hit a fly ball to right, gathered in by Parmalee, and now 2-0 the count to Alex Rios. I've been tracking that weather balloon with the baseball attached on Twitter. They just announced that it's already climbed to over 30,000 feet. And fitting, I guess, that Willingham and Morneau would be the players to autograph the baseball. They hit them the highest and the farthest for the Twins. 2-1, and Rios pops it foul about 300 feet and out of play.
Rios having a very good comeback year this year, and of his 23 home runs, 8 have been hit against the Twins. Coming into this at bat this season, hitting .406 against Twins pitching.
2-2. Driven deep to right, chased by Parmalee, and Parmalee makes a fair ball catch in the corner. Fine play by the transplanted first baseman.
Well, that ball had a little bit of hang time. That allowed Parmalee to get into the corner. just out of our view up here in the booth, but Parmalee stays with it, sees where he's at, and it looks like a foul ball catch. And a nice running catch by Parmalee as he catches it and bangs into the wall.
2 down. Viciedo will hit.
Well, they said it was a fair ball catch.
Yeah, first base umpire Lance Barksdale gestured a fair ball. 1 strike to Viciedo. And again on the corner. And when we've seen Diamond at his best, that's his game.
Well, he works quickly too, and he keeps that defense in the ball game by working quickly.
In the dirt. So far just 10 pitches in the second inning after an 18 pitch first inning. Because he hasn't pitched a full year up here, there are naturally going to be questions about his stamina, durability. But you need to look around baseball. Swing and a miss. And a lot of really good pitchers have a few starts in a row where things don't go their way. 11 pitches in a 1-2-3 second inning. Smalley down on field level, and Roy, I kind of envy you, because when you have a really good pitcher, sometimes the closer you are to the pitcher, the more impressive they are.
Nice down here watching these two pitchers and watching Jake Peavy. We have talked a lot, guys, about how you got to get to an elite pitcher early on. So far, Twins bats look pretty good against him, but they're going to have to use these first 2 or 3 innings to keep hitting the ball hard. A lot of hard hit balls in the first inning. That's a sign of a elite pitcher getting himself established, as Bert's talked about. I think these first 3 innings are critical.
Ryan Doma with a 1-1 pitch. And he bounces it up the line, foul.
I think the first 3 innings, and being a starter myself, you want to get settled in. You know, you have 4 or 5 days between starts. You're pumped up for the ball game, and usually good pitchers, you have to get them early before they do settle in and realize a couple things: how they feel out there, what's working for them, and then what will that home plate umpire give you. You know, we saw Gary Cederstrom on that pitch, on the 3rd pitch of the ball game to Denard Span. That ball was off a little bit, but if you keep hitting that spot, I guarantee you that plate will expand as long as you keep hitting the glove of that catcher.
Peavy misses the target there, trying to get the inside corner with a fastball. 2-2. Domet, Parmalee, and Plouffe here in the Twins' second. And a dribbler up the line towards the second baseman Beckham, and Domet rounds out for the first out of the second.
Even on that pitch right there, it was a changeup at 80 miles an hour, outer half of the plate, and Domet just turned over on it and hit the ground ball. After a couple pitches inside, just kind of a changeup down and away, and Doumit knows that that's a ball probably should have tried to hit toward left field.
Here's Chris Parmelee. And he takes a strike. Parmelee in the lineup, and we don't know for how much longer because his wife is expecting their first baby here anytime. Pitch is up 1-1. Parmelee's fought through a little bit of a groin pull to get back in the lineup. Came off the bench, got a pinch hit the other day.
3 fastballs from Peavy, all of them about 91. Now he has established the fastball. Now does he go back at him again with another fastball? And they're going to inside. The ball not quite in far enough.
Foul back.
I like Jake Peavy because he's a guy that he'll show his emotions on the mound. He gets upset at himself, does a lot of talking to himself. Now the curveball
to center. And Wise coming in a couple steps, makes the catch out number 2.
In a very good location right there. That curveball down just on the other side of home plate.
2 gone. Trevor Plouffe to the plate. Roy Smalley, one of the encouraging things that's happened to Trevor Plouffe recently. It seems like his good play in the field has overlapped into his at-bats.
You know, guys, it's our job as professional baseball players to not let one affect the other in a negative way. Not let bad defense affect your hitting or slumps affect your fielding. But I will tell you, so we work real hard on that. Every player does. But I will tell you that when you're playing good defense and that is not on your mind, it can't help but carry over. Just if for no other reason that you don't feel down about anything. You just feel positive about everything when you walk up there to the plate. That probably has a little something to do with Trevor starting to swing the bat again.
A couple home runs over the last 3 ball games for Trevor Plouffe, and Roy, so much of it is mental, isn't it?
Well, like Yogi said, 90% of this game is half mental, and so it really is a mental grind during the course of a season to stay positive through a lot of failure that happens in baseball.
2-1 to Plouffe. And a strike on the outside corner. In each case, Plouffe's home run followed shortly after a really good play in the field. A diving play to his right, and then he hit the game-tying home run in the 9th. Good play to his left in yesterday's game, and then he cut the Chicago lead in half.
Oh, Trevor Plouffe on Thursday made that great play off the ball of Escobar. Got him out. He did not score in that 3-3 ball game. That's now a 3-3 ball game, and then Denard Span won it with a double in the 10th inning.
Peavy locks up Plouffe with a breaking pitch, and Peavy enjoys a 1-2-3 second inning. Jack Strathman from Sartell, just outside of St. Cloud, wondering how we would rate the job Robin Ventura has done in his first year as manager of the White Sox.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd have to give him a 10. I think he's done a tremendous job taking over for Ozzie Guillen, kind of a new attitude in Chicago. No bickering with the media. And he has that calmness about him, I think, that has really rubbed off onto all the players.
I think in the American League, there have been 4 managers who've just done an incredible job. Ventura among them. You look at the standings, the White Sox have led most of the way. Popped up right side, and Casilla, the outfield grass, gets under it, squeezes it. But then on 2, I think you have to look at Joe Madden again with the Rays. They kind of floundered and foundered without Evan Longoria, but they stayed in the race, might find themselves in the playoffs. Buck Showalter, a great job with the Orioles, but to me, I don't know that anybody has done a better job managing in a long time than Bob Melvin of the Oakland A's. That team looked dead in the water at Memorial Day. They may end up winning the West. They're just 2 games behind Texas.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And a strike to Flowers.
Yeah, they beat Baltimore again last night, so kind of knocked Baltimore down a little bit. They're 1 game now behind the Yankees. But in the American League Western Division, look at that, the Oakland A's.
And Oakland and Texas play 7 times yet before the regular season ends. So the Rangers had better bring their A game against that Oakland team, or one of the huge surprises in baseball is going to get consummated by the last weekend of the year. Breaking pitch, down and in, 1-2.
Well, we all know that Texas can hit. They're a very good offensive ball club, but Oakland, one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball.
1-2 to the backup Chicago catcher. Flowers in the lineup because although he's not an accomplished major league hitter, not in the ranks of Pierzynski or Mauer, he does hit left-handers very well. Hits over 300 against them and has some power.
7 home runs.
2-2. Check swing foul. You know, we've talked so much about the playoffs and the addition of the second wild card and how that's really made this a fascinating pennant race. This would be a fascinating pennant race without the second wild card. I mean, you've got all these teams bunched together. It's just that 2 teams will be rewarded rather than 1. Just off the plate, 3-2.
And again, I think you have to look back, and Commissioner Bud Selig mentioned the 2 games that the Twins played. Game 163, against the White Sox and the Tigers. People love that extra game, and that's now why the 2 wild cards will be playing each other.
Diamond discussed it as he walks Tyler Flowers, Beckham to the plate. Sundays on Fox Sports North, join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. Personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week, the aforementioned Yogi Berra, who did say, as Roy Smalley quoted him, 90% of this game is half mental. Boys in the Hall after the game, presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. There's a called strike to Beckham. So many Yogi-isms, and some of them are even true.
About the pizza, Mr. Berra, would you like it sliced in 8 or 16? He said, I'll do 8. I'm not that hungry.
Right. Nobody goes to a restaurant anymore because it's too crowded. Said of Steve McQueen watching a movie, he must have made that before he died. They're all true. 1-1 to Beckham. Off the shoe of Diamond and into right field for the first Chicago hit. Well, Diamond has taken so many line drives up the middle. That time it looked like he put his foot out trying to deflect the ball, and he did into right field.
Well, it just kind of shows you how quick that ball comes back up the middle, because watch Scott Diamond's back leg. It's still up in the air, and it hasn't even come through yet. And Beckham hitting that ball sharply back up the middle. Look at that. Normally that foot will come through and land. Instead, it ends up hitting the shoe, his left foot, while it's still in the air. That's how quick that ball comes back.
First and third, one out. Now Dwayne Wise had that long battle with Diamond before Diamond got him to hit a little number back to the mound. Diamond has gotten 24 ground ball double plays. He'd love to get one here. In the dirt, ball one. So the number 8 batter drawing a walk, the number 9 batter lining a single off the pitcher's spikes. And the White Sox have a threat here in the third. To center, short center. Span sets up for the throw. Flowers is coming home. And the throw to second base. It's a sacrifice fly. Flowers scoring the tying run.
Yeah, that ball hit deep enough to where Denard knew that he had no chance to get Flowers, who was tagging up at third base. Wise with the sacrifice fly drives in his 25th run of the year. And the game is tied at 1 apiece.
Here's Youkilis hit a fly ball to center, his first time up.
And that's one thing we have seen in this now 3-game series. When the Twins walk a batter, he seems to always score. Yesterday's ball game, I believe 5 runs scored by the Chicago White Sox, 4 scored via the walk.
And the one big inning the White Sox had on a Friday night, Vasquez set it up with 3 consecutive walks. 1-0 to Youkilis. Two 2-0.
And Diamond, a pitcher, does not walk a lot of batters. When he walked Flowers, that was his 27th walk, and 2 have been intentional in 151 innings pitched. So he's had very, very good control. He attacks his strike zone. Good fastball straight over the top at 89, 90 miles an hour. Great angle.
2-1. Three and one, done on deck. Talking the last inning about, because Diamond hasn't done this before up here, there are naturally going to be some questions about his stamina and is he tiring and all that. But then you have to think, well, Justin Verlander went, what, 7-8 starts without a win. He wasn't real sharp. Drive to center. Span going back, and that ball is off the wall. Rounding third, Beckham is heading home, and Youkilis has an RBI double. The White Sox take the lead.
Diamond fell behind an account, came in with a 3-1 fastball, and Youkilis, who hit a home run here a couple nights ago, caught up to this fastball, hit it straight away center, and he almost hit his 20th home run of the year. That would have been the 6th White Sox to hit 20 or more. And right off the wall, Span gets it back in. Youkilis a double, his 14th double, driving in his 58th run.
They're now done. The 8 and 9 batters reach and score against Diamond in the third inning. Half swing, no swing, and check swings like that are the biggest area of concern for the White Sox regarding Adam Dunn. He appears to be just fine, but every time he comes to the plate, the White Sox are crossing their fingers, hoping that he doesn't re-injure it. The oblique area, bounce to the right side, and that ends the inning. But the White Sox get a couple in the third to take their first lead. Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And the Twins behind a run now, 2-1 to Jake Peavy and the White Sox. Alexi Casilla will lead things off in the third. He'll be followed by Pedro Florimon and Denard Span. Some speed in the batter's box here in the third inning. We'll see if the Twins can get those legs on base. Fouled away off the end of the bat. 1-2. Peavy tops in the White Sox with 4 complete games, third in the American League in that category. Rolled to the right side. Again, the off-speed pitch, inducing a weak ground ball, 1 away. Cast your vote for the Arby's value player of the game. Takes the word value, followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234. 234. Flowers home run, getting him the top spot on the balloting.
You know, it's not only the off-speed pitch by Peavy, it's the location of that pitch. He's keeping it down very nicely, getting ahead in the count. And then he'll throw that pitch just on the other side of home plate, like he did to Parmalee. Get the ground ball out, or the fly out by Parmalee, the ground ball out by Domit. And we just saw it there by Casilla.
2 strikes quickly to Florimon. Three strikes, and he goes down quickly.
And Peavy picking up his second strikeout.
The All-Star game at Target Field might be a couple of years off, but the next few months are important. If you want to insure tickets to the game in July of 2014, if you are a season ticket holder and renew for the 2013 and 2014 season, or purchase season tickets now for the next 2 years, you'll establish priority for All-Star game tickets. The best bet, call 800-33-TWINS. Talk to a season ticket representative about how you can be part of the Twins season ticket family and the All-Star game in 2014. Strike 1 to Span. Peavy pitching with the lead. Now a drive to left center field. And coming in to make the catch is Viciedo. And Peavy sent down 7 in a row. He throws just 9 pitches in the third inning. See all winter long. Pierzynski getting a high breaking pitch, And Revere on the track makes the catch, then crashes into the fence.
I saw the whole way. It was just kind of in a little tricky spot, you know, like right before the fence. I know I had to like either jump for it or you know, kind of like pace myself. So I was about to jump, then I'm like, okay, I may have a chance to catch it. Okay, I caught it. So, but.
One strike to Paul Konerko. Really, when you think of it, in his 2 years that he's played up here, there have been about 8 to 10 catches every year that not many center fielders can make.
Well, he has that, you know, he has that Denard Span. The Twins are lucky to get to see Span and also Ben Revere do a good job. Once that ball comes off the bat of some powerful hitters, they're quick. I mean, they just track the ball so well.
Revere in left field today. He played there a few games last year. This is his first game out there this year. 2 strikes to Konerko. He'll be followed by Rios and Viciedo. Short center. Span comes in a couple of steps. 1 down. So as Peavy settled down after the Mauer home run and got into a groove, now that's the challenge for Diamond after giving up a couple of runs in the 3rd. Rios hit a fly ball to the right field corner. Parmelee made a nice catch in the corner before running into the sidewall. Toward the hole, off the glove of Florimon, and Rios will reach with a hit. Rios runs pretty well. Had Florimon backhanded it cleanly, I doubt he'd have been able to throw out Rios.
Yeah, it looked like Florimon was shading Rios a little bit up the middle, and that ball hit between 3rd and short. Rios pulling that ball on the outer half of the plate. And you see where Florimon's playing. Got over there, just hit off the heel of his glove. And Rios gets an infield hit. 3rd hit off of Scott Diamond.
There's Diane Viciedo. Strike on the inside corner. Viciedo, one of those guys, as you see, 20 home runs. You referenced it before. This is a powerful lineup with one of the league leaders in Dunn and a lot of others making up the supporting cast.
Yeah, only the Yankees have hit more home runs.
Doma with a nice block.
Keep an eye on Rios. 21 stolen bases on the year in 26 attempts. And runners against Scott Diamond have been successful 13 of 16 times.
Got him picked off. Mauer has a throw to make and safe at second base. Jordan Baker calling him safe. Wow. And Florimon wondering how.
It sure looked like the throw from Mauer got the Florimon on time, and he made the quick tag.
Oh, I think he got in there.
Oh, this will give us the best angle right here.
No, he's out.
Yeah, I thought he was out.
All right. The definitive. Yep. Yeah, he's out. Got him on the ankle. 1-1 now with Rios at second and 1 away. On the outside corner, 1-2.
And Rios will be credited with a stolen base, his 22nd.
And we've seen them run successfully in terms of taking the extra base, and that extra base resulting in a lot of runs in this series, whether it's a wild pitch, a stolen base, a walk that you pointed out before.
Well, you mentioned yesterday there are some guys in the lineup that do not run. You know, Viciedo's one of those guys. You know, you have Konerko, you have Dunn, you have Youkilis, but the guys like Rios and Wise and Diaza and even, you know, I mean, Ramirez, those guys can steal some bases. They can do the little things to create RBI situations for a guy like Viciedo.
Half swing to Lapille. Nope. And it's a full count to Viciedo.
Viciedo, just 23 years old, defected from Cuba back in 2008. Signed a 4-year contract with the White Sox in 2008.
Poke foul. You can see B.J. Upton, Ian Kinsler, and Rios. Very select company with a lot of home runs and power. Three and two to Viciedo. Drilled to right center. And off the base of the fence, Rios rounding third. And he'll score, and it's 3-1.
So that's where that stolen base. Don't know if, Rios may have had to hold up at first base, but he does score on the double. So Viciedo gets an RBI, his 63rd of the year, as he hits this ball sharply the other way. Well, pretty much right there. Viciedo, good strong swing. Hits it off the wall for his 16th double. That's a 3-1 White Sox lead.
Runner at second, one out for Ramirez, who popped up to Casilla in short right field. Another one hit to the same spot, just not as far. Parmalee with the catch. Tagging is Viciedo. Throw coming through, but off target, 2 down. And it'll bring up Flowers. I showed you the graphic at the very outset about Diamond and how the second half numbers aren't there. It's not uncommon. Just look at the Pittsburgh Pirates. When we went to Pittsburgh, James McDonald looked like he was on his way to winning a National League Cy Young Award. And the Pirates now have taken him out of their rotation because he struggled so much in the second half.
Well, you see what they did with Steven Strasburg, the Nationals, because of the innings pitched. I particularly don't care for it, but it becomes more of a mental thing than a physical thing. The velocity is the same for Diamond as it was when he first came up from AAA. Is it wear and tear? I believe the more you throw, the stronger you are, especially this time of the year.
1-0 to Flowers.
But you pick up the paper every day, oh my goodness, they have 170, 180 innings in. My goodness. Time to shut them down.
Well, in McDonald's case, the Pirates are fading, but they're still in the wild card race. And, every game, every inning is critical, and the guy who was their best pitcher in the first half of the year apparently isn't going to make any more starts for them. Swing and a miss. That's to the backstop and right back to Domet. And the runner at third base, Viciedo, giving a fist bump from Joe McEwing, who I think was alert enough to say, no, 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 no.
Well, we have seen some wild pitches, where runners have scored, but you see the limestone right there. You see also the advertisement little piece that sticks out behind home plate. If it hits that, it may have ricocheted left or right, but it hit the limestone and came right back.
1-2 to Flowers. Blocked nicely by Domet. The one that got through his legs almost looked like it might have skipped off the plate. That one landed in the dirt. Flowers drew the one-out walk in the third. He was the first Chicago base runner. And he came around to score the tying run last inning. Popped up right field. Parmalee hustling in to end the inning. Another run for the White Sox on a pair of hits and a stolen base. Sox have a 3-1 lead. Jake Peavy on the mound. Our AT&T trivia question. He won the 2007 National League Cy Young Award. Who won the American League Cy Young Award that year? Santana did it in what, 4 and 6, right? 2004, 2006.
I believe it was another left-hander. A big left-hander at that.
In terms of height or girth? Both?
Both. Yeah, that year Peavy 19 and 6 for the Padres in 34 starts and a great earned run average at 2.54.
1-1. Ben Revere, Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau to hit here in the fourth. And it's a two-hopper and an easy play to done.
And another ball just on the other side of home plate, creating that ground ball out.
Time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Kind of came off the bat of Joe Mauer in his first at-bat after missing 5 games with a stiff back. Mauer hitting his 10th home run of the year. That gave the Twins a 1-0 lead. But the White Sox came back with 2 in the third and 1 in the top of this inning.
Twins haven't had another base runner, meaning Peavy has not thrown 1 pitch from the stretch yet. And a strike. I suppose you could make the argument that what Peavy's done this year with the White Sox is just as impressive as winning the Cy Young Award in a pitcher's ballpark in San Diego. He's pitching half his games in, the explosive atmosphere of U.S. Cellular Field, a ballpark that yields an awful lot of home runs.
He's actually pitched better at home than he has on the road. 4 and 7 on the road, 6 and 4 at U.S. Cellular Field. This is his 15th start on the road. He has 14 starts in Chicago.
1-2 to Mauer. Huge foul.
Yeah, I wonder why people aren't trying to shut down Jake Peavy. I mean, he pitched 140 innings last year, 111 with the White Sox, and then he did the rehab with his shoulder and all that stuff. I mean, he had major shoulder surgery.
The lat muscle was torn from the skeleton.
Right. Now you're thinking, okay, here's a guy that, I mean, if he goes deep into the ball game today, he's going to pitch over 200 innings.
A rocket to center. High off the wall. Mauer to second. My goodness, did he hit that ball hard. The home run, a fly ball to the opposite field. That ball was absolutely crushed.
All right, left the fastball up, and Joe, like in the first inning, hit it sharply. This one, good solid swing. We've heard the ball come off some bats here this afternoon very crisply. One hopping defense. Mauer with his second hit, the only 2 hits for the Twins on his 30th double.
Here's Morneau. Tapped out his first time up. Fouled back. Strike 1. Morneau, the designated hitter. Down and in. Roy, you almost have to cover your ears down there when Mauer centers a ball up like that, don't you?
I can't hear what you're saying, Dick. My ears are ringing. There have been a lot of balls hit hard today, as you know, and as you've noted. That ball, that was a totally different sound. I mean, literally, that hurt eardrums down here.
An off-speed pitch, tapped foul. Take a listen and a look.
It was not just the sound, it was how fast that ball got through past the infield level where I am. It was one of the hardest balls I've seen hit in a long time, seen and heard.
1-2 to Morneau. Twins down a couple. Could use Morneau's 20th home run of the year right here. Takes down and away, 2-2.
Peavy has given up some home runs, 23 now. 12 to left-handers, 11 to right-handed hitters.
Fouled back. Justin's going through one of those stages. The average still sitting in the high 270s. It just seems like he's missing his pitch a lot.
Yeah, we see that a lot. Especially, you can always go off to where that ball goes, foul, and you know he's just missing a little bit. That last pitch, foul straight back.
Mauer unsure what to do. He stays at second with Flowers blocking a pitch in the dirt.
Good job by Flowers right there. That slider down and in. And Flowers does a good job of keeping this ball in front of him. That keeps Mauer at second base.
Full count. And he missed. Morneau takes a walk.
First walk of the ball game by Peavy.
And that'll bring up Doman with 2 men aboard. Doman with a bouncer to second his first time up. Peavy got him to roll over on a changeup. Takes ball 1. We talked about the Twins bringing Mauer back, putting him at first base, so he's not DHing. Same too for Doman. He's got the same type of injury that Dunn has fought through, a little bit of a rib cage pull. One and 0 to the Twins catcher. And a strike. Talk a little bit over the course of this series how on Friday night the Tiger game was ahead of the White Sox game, and then yesterday the White Sox played their game before Detroit's, and now Detroit and Cleveland getting a later afternoon start just in the first inning. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Another breaking ball by Peavy.
We were in Cleveland earlier this year, and we had a weird Sunday start time at 3 o'clock Eastern. And that's what the Tigers and Indians have this afternoon. Baldo Jimenez has loaded the bases in the top of the first. 1 and 2 to Doman. Parmalee on deck. And Doman taps it foul. Doman injured his rib cage making a throw here on Thursday night. Poke foul, out of play.
A lot of breaking balls to Doman in this at bat. That ball left up a little bit. Doman fouled it off. Peavy just walked Justin Morneau for his first walk of the ball game with a couple strikeouts. Ready to sneak that fastball by him. Another breaking ball and gets a strikeout.
2 away.
Well, he stayed with a breaking ball and got the second out on his third strikeout.
You can subscribe to MLB.tv today at a reduced price. See the remaining Twins out-of-market games live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Home territory. Blackout restrictions apply. Somebody got a 2-out hit for the Tigers, and they got a 2-0 lead. So the Tigers lead by 2. The White Sox lead by 2. And Parmalee will try to change the ladder here with runners at first and second and 2 gone. And while he's gone at Doman with a lot of off-speed stuff, he's come right at Parmalee with fastball.
Yep. In his first at bat, a lot of fastballs from Parmalee.
One strike. Missing inside with a fastball.
Peavy, 31 years old. Signed by the Padres back in 1999. Came up with the Padres in 2002.
And a fastball fouled back.
Yeah, good swing there. Ball up in the zone right there. Parmalee fouled it straight back. Peavy has 119 major league wins. This is his 279th major league start. Very good earned run average.
Two and two.
So I'm looking in at Flowers, almost telling him what he wanted to throw him as Parmalee was stepping out of the box.
Cutter. Missing.
That slider inside.
Not a whole lot of speed on the bases. Mauer at second, Morneau at first, but now with a full count and 2 gone, they can leave early. See if Parmalee can deliver here. Twins need a jolt to break through again here against Peavy. Change up. Got him on a change up. Parmalee strikes out. The Twins strand 2 in the 4th. Hits for the Twins, both extra base hits for Joe Mauer. Robbie and Smikowski, Roy Smalley, Bert Blylev, and Dick Bramer. Final game of this week and a half long homestand, where the Twins again haven't been able to play to the level of their fan support. The Twins have been drawing good crowds again here today.
Great crowds.
The Twins hoping to finish this homestand with a 500 record.
Yeah, Twins on the season 29-45 here at Target Field. Not acceptable.
1-0 to Beckham. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Beckham, Wise, and Youkilis facing Diamond in the 5th. Fouled away. Twins head out tomorrow after a travel off day tomorrow. Go to Cleveland for 3, then Detroit for 3, then they come home, take on the Yankees and Tigers, and then the home schedule's done. Let's finish this season in Canada.
Okay. Well, Beckham, one of the 4 hits off of Scott Diamond, and that hit off his left foot. That in the second inning. That allowed Flowers to go from first to third.
That's to left, and Revere gets a chance out there, makes the catch, 1 away. 1 down in the 5th. Watch the Twins take on the Indians Wednesday at the Fox Sports North HD viewing party. Enjoy drink specials, win prizes, and you might be on TV. Plus, meet Jenny, Angie, and Kaylin, the Fox Sports North girls. Join them Wednesday, September 19th at the U of M Buffalo Wild Wings. The fun starts at 5:30. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the upcoming events banner for details. Now, depending on how the evening goes, the fun might not actually start till 6:15. You could be there at 5:30, and you could be having an okay time, but your fun really won't start for 45 minutes later. I mean, having fun, that's an individual thing.
Yes, it is. Like, I'm having fun right now. Are you?
Yeah, I'm having a great time. There really isn't any place I'd rather be than right here.
And it's 2:24.
Right.
Look at that view.
Oh, what a catch by Trevor Plouffe. He had so little time to react to the line drive. It's a wonder he got his glove up to make the catch.
Yeah, very nice right there by Trevor Plouffe. He was in a little bit anyway because Wise is a guy that could lay down a bunt. So Wise taking this pitch the other way, hitting it sharply, and Plouffe just kind of reaching up. Take a look at it here. He hit that ball so hard, Plouffe just leaped up and caught it. You see where he was playing.
And you saw where Wise was. He was out before he left the batter's box. That's how hard he hit the ball. Strike at the knees. We have seen some encouraging play by Trevor Plouffe and the reaction type of plays, which he's worked so hard on. Getting that quick first step that you need to play well over there.
Well, credit to coaching staff too, and Trevor Plouffe, because he's out there almost on a daily basis working on his quickness, and a very nice play there.
2 strikes to Youkilis. Well, based on what we said before, what we showed you before, I fully expect Trevor Plouffe to hit a home run here later today.
Stay fair. Stay
off
fair.
The line, Mauer.
Yep.
Tags Youkilis.
Joe did the right thing. Attack the ball before it could roll foul.
3 up, 3 down. The White Sox go quickly in the 5th.
Winner's Circle, where I have $100 here, Bert, of Minnesota State Lottery scratch-off tickets, and they're going to this gentleman right here. Dean Sanders is his name, and he's from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, and brought the family down, Bert. In fact, 4 generations of family here at the ball game, Dean. Spend a nice Sunday afternoon with the family at the ballpark. What's this day like for you, sir?
It has been outstanding. My first trip here.
Your first trip to Target Field, and you bring 4 generations of family members. Well, congratulations, and enjoy the day, my friend.
Thank you.
You got it, Bert.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie, very much. That's one thing baseball can do, is bring families like that together for an enjoyable afternoon in a beautiful ballpark. You are all hereby circled.
1-1 to Trevor Plouffe. He'll be followed by Alexi Casilla and Pedro Florimon. And a strike. 1-2. Detroit Lakes, of course, on the shores of Detroit Lake, not far from Lake Sally. Melissa. Inside, and it's 2-2.
Peavy like Diamond, the guy that likes to work quickly.
Driven hard to center field. Wise going back. It's over his head. Plouffe's got an extra base hit. And he'll hold up with a double. Again, Plouffe stinging the ball in his next at bat after making a nice defensive play.
Well, it helps when a hanging slider comes your way, too, and that's exactly what it was off the arm of Peavy. And Plouffe hitting this ball sharply over the head of Wise. The Twins get their 3rd hit of the ball game, all extra base hits. The home run by Mauer, the double by Mauer, and now the double by Plouffe.
I think Fox Track shows that if you hit the center square, what was it on Hollywood Squares? Was it Paul Lynde was always in the center square? Yeah. If you throw it in there, it's going to get hit hard.
Watch out.
Charlie Weaver in the early years of Hollywood Squares would sit in that center square. Leadoff double.
That is Joan Rivers. Wasn't she always there, too?
I think Joan Rivers was way up in the upper corner. Here's Alexi Casilla. And a pop-up foul and out of play.
Casilla's job right here, get Plouffe over to 3rd. Peavy starting him with a fastball away, and Casilla hitting it over to their White Sox dugout.
Corner infielders playing even with the bases. Middle infielders back. 1 strike to Casilla. That's a fair ball. It's past Youkilis, and it'll score Plouffe. Casilla digging for second. The ball rolling away from Viciedo, and a pair of doubles gets the Twins started here in the 5th.
Yeah, back-to-back doubles, so Casilla just slapping that ball the other way. Youkilis in on the grass as Plouffe was when he made that great line drive catch. Always a possibility of a bunt. And Casilla just slapping the ball past Youkilis into left field.
As important as it was for Casilla to advance Plouffe, even more so now, the number 9 batter Florimon, with Casilla representing the tying run. Tried to bunt his way, perhaps to first base, at least getting Casilla to 3rd. 4 hits for the Twins, and they've all been extra base hits.
75 pitches now for Jake Peavy. 52 have been strikes. A walk, 4 strikeouts.
Florimon looked like he was bunting for a base hit there. Tapped foul, 2 strikes. Florimon was just blown away by 3 fastballs in his first at bat, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. These are the at bats by which Florimon will be measured in the offseason, as the Twins hope to be able to at least pencil him in at shortstop. How does he do in situations like this? And he flails away at a fastball and strikes out.
Peavy picking up his 5th strikeout, getting Florimon for the 2nd time.
Not a good at bat for Florimon.
Well, fastball, a little bit of tail on it, outer half of the plate. Florimon, I think his thought process was trying to hook that ball, but he just swung through it.
And now Span. Line drive to right, and a fly ball to left. Of the 2 Chicago catchers, Flowers much better than Pierzynski in throwing out runners. So sometimes a team with the batter failing to get the runner from 2nd to 3rd will try to steal that runner, but A left-handed batter up here, not much of a chance of that happening. Span drives it to center. Wise back, making the catch, and Casilla draws a throw. Wow, what a throw right on the bag by Dwayne Wise.
Yeah, he drew a throw all right.
Wow.
Span hitting that ball sharply. 3 fly ball outs for Denard Span. And Wise getting behind it, airing it out. And Youkilis right there on the bag.
So now Revere, who is 0 for 2. We've seen Ben's average trickle down below 300. The Twins would love to get a big 2-out hit here and get this game tied up. They scored a run, but they had a runner at second with nobody out. Casilla 2 outs later is still there. Revere takes ball 1. Peavy wants to get Revere because he doesn't relish the idea of trying to get Mauer out with men on base. Donnie Veal warming up. Just the 80th pitch for Peavy. 1-1. I suppose that's all about.
Peavy, he's closing in on 200 innings. Might want to shut him down after this. Pitch no more.
1-1.
Just kidding.
And now 1-2. Well, to qualify for a win, he's got to complete this inning. But boy, it sure would raise an interesting situation if Veal is warming up because Mauer's absolutely plastered 2 pitches from Peavy.
Well, he also, Veal is one of those long guys too, so he may just be getting some work in.
1-2 to Revere. Straightened him up. 2-2.
Peavy will do that. He will come up and in on you. Especially if someone starts leaning out over the plate.
And now 3-2 to Revere. And Mauer is on deck. Twins will take any hit to the outfield here to get Casilla in with the tying run. Got a piece of that changeup that has been so devastating to Twins hitters with 2 strikes.
Well, he struck out Parmalee on that 3-2 changeup in the 4th inning.
The answer is
CC Sabathia.
Full count to Revere. Bouncer to short. Ramirez digs it out and ends the inning. The Twins start the inning with a pair of doubles and get the Chicago lead trimmed back to 1. Health injury report, potentially devastating news for the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw's out with some hip issues, and it may require surgery, and he may be done for the year.
Yeah, he's going to go see a hip specialist and see how that right hip is responding.
The Dodgers tied with the Braves and the Cardinals for the wild card lead. And so the Dodgers already have had some injury issues they've had to deal with. Adam Dunn taking strike one. And Josh Beckett had to, suffer the shame of hitting a ball hard to right field and getting thrown out at first base the other night. It's been a tough week for the Dodgers.
Well, they beat the Cardinals last night late in the ballgame. That was a huge win for them.
Pirates won to stay 2 games above the 500 mark, and they're leading the Cubs here this afternoon. 2 strikes to Dunn, and check swing and just off the plate.
Yeah, Dunn 0 for 2. Diamond was able to strike him out to end the first inning, and then a ground ball to Casilla in the third.
A high drive to deep right center field. And into the second deck. A solo home run, a golf shot. And it's 4-2.
Well, he strikes out a lot, he walks a lot, but when he does make contact, he hits it a long way. Dunn at 6'6", about 280. It's his 39th home run of the year. Watch the uppercut swing.
Here's Konerko, a couple of outfield flies. Up and away, ball 1.
That home run by Dunn, the 15th home run that Diamond has allowed, and the 6th to a left-handed hitter.
Swing and a foul, 1-1. White Sox are going to hit over 200 home runs this year. Dunn's home run, the 191st. Twins have hit 124. Now, the White Sox would not hit as many home runs if they played their home games here, but still there's a power gap between these two teams that the Twins will try to address in the offseason.
I think there always has. I mean, with the White Sox, they've always been known, even though they hit in a home run friendly type ballpark, they have guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
But to have the balance that they have here, assuming Youkilis gets another home run, that's 20 from their number 2 hitter. Number 3 hitter might hit 40. Konerko's over 20. Rios, Pierzynski not on the lineup. Viciedo, number 9 batter Beckham has 15.
Well, you know what? Again, this ball club for the White Sox this year reminds me a lot of the '87 Twins. A lot of home runs on that team. Very good defensive ball club. Good pitching off a couple guys, myself and Frankie. And you look at the White Sox. Liriano was a nice plus for them last night. Fly ball for the first out off the bat of Konerko. But you look at this ball club, the White Sox, reminds me a lot of the Twins.
Yankees come to town as part of the next homestand, and on Tuesday the 25th you can get home plate view tickets for the low price of $25. It's only available for a limited time, and you can get it by logging on to twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS. After today, just 6 home games left. 3 with the Yankees and 3 with Detroit. Foul back, 1-1 to Rios.
Go back to the '87 team compared to this team. I mean, they have Chris Sale, they have Jake Peavy, 2 guys that are workhorses. And then you kind of fill in. You hope that Liriano can continue what he's doing if the White Sox want to win their division. They need more than just Chris Sale and Peavy to be consistent. They need other starters to step up. They're strong up the middle with Beckham and Ramirez, as the Twins were with Gagne and Lombardozzi.
2-2 to Rios. Anthony Swarzak warming up in the Twins bullpen.
Diamond at 91 pitches.
Drilled to center, might reach the gap. Rios will have an extra base hit with Span firing it in. Rios to third base, and he'll reach with a triple. Those long strides, and it seemed like he only took 4 of them between second base and third base.
Well, he saw that ball got past Bernard Span as he was rounding first base, and he took it upon himself that he could make it. Rios hitting this ball right on the line, and see Span thought about trying to cut it off right there, but then it got by him, and he knew he could make it over to third. Rios with his second hit on his 8th triple of the year. Infield in for the Twins.
Viciedo the batter. He lifts it foul into the seats. Viciedo cracked an opposite field double and drove in a run on the 4th. Diamond struck him out in the 2nd. That's gone. My goodness. Into the upper deck in a hurry. So a home run, a triple, and another home run. And the White Sox have opened it up. It's a 6-2 ball game.
Yeah, we have heard some very good solid wood here today, really for both clubs. Mauer has hit the ball sharply right there. My goodness, Viciedo, his 21st home run of the year. Take a look at the pitch. Wow. That awful sound.
Well, Scott Diamond did not have a good outing here. He retired the first 7 batters he faced and looked like he was locked in. But a lot of very well hit balls here against him, and he's unable to get through 6 innings. About 91, maybe 92, and Peavy's at 92. But one thing we've seen here in this outing here today, Bert, we haven't normally seen. The second time through the order, they did a much better job, and the third time through the order, they did a much better job on that.
Adam Dunn looked like a little cutter that Dunn got the uppercut swing, and this just a mistake pitch right there by Diamond that Viciedo just crushes.
Anthony Swarzak will come in trying to cool off the White Sox lineup here.
Yeah, Swarzak making his 40th appearance on the season. He did make 4 starts for the Twins earlier this year. 23 walks, 6 intentional, 55 strikeouts in 84 innings pitched.
1 strike. Ramirez with a pop up to second, the fly ball to right. Foul back, 2 strikes. Diamond, the 3rd time through the order, gave up that wicked line drive speared by Plouffe in the Wise at bat. And then Youkilis hit the little dribbler up the line, and you can probably remember everything that happened here in the 6th inning.
Well, Dick, we were just talking about the balance that they have in their lineup as far as hitting home runs, and boom, you saw it right there. Adam Dunn, you know, of course, he's hit 39 home runs this year, but Viciedo, he's been a nice addition this year, really in his first full season with the White Sox. Came up a little bit last year and the year before, but now playing almost every day.
Weak ground ball to short. Florimon boots it. So Florimon allows Ramirez to reach. First error of the game.
Well, that always looks ugly after a couple home runs, you know, and Florimon right there just came in, and don't know if he got his feet crossed a little bit, but let's take a look right here. Sets himself up and maybe took his eye off the ball. And for Florimon, that's his 6th error of the year. And for the Twins, they're 96th on the season.
Tyler Flowers will hit. One and 0. Twins within the division will win the season series against Cleveland, regardless of what happens later this week. They won the season series with Kansas City. Nice backhand pickup by Doman.
That's been it.
They can win the season series with the Tigers. They have 6 games left. It's 5-7. It's been a really competitive season series, but this matchup with the White Sox this year has just been dreadful for the Twins. If they don't turn this game around and win it, they'll finish 4-14 against a team that they had dominated up until the middle part of last year. 3-0 to Flowers. And Gordon Beckham on deck. There's the outside corner.
Swarzak just turning 27 years old last Saturday. It's in his 3rd season with the Twins.
Runner goes. Doman's throw, 1 hop and not fielded by Casilla. Looked like they had a shot at getting him, but Ramirez steals second base.
The 2nd stolen base of the ball club for the White Sox. Ramirez with his 17th stolen base on the year. Didn't have the best of jump. Doman's throw a little bit short, kind of short hop Casilla.
And now given what we've seen, you almost expect Flowers to punch a base hit to right to score the runner who's advanced a base. Oh, where was it?
Wow,
Swarzak put it right where he wanted to, and it's ball 4. Just off the plate, according to Gary Cederstrom.
Let's take a look at the pitch. What's Fox Track say? A pitcher's pitch. Strike. Ball coming back a little bit.
And now Beckham. One out in the inning. 4 straight batters have reached on a triple, home run, error, and walk. There's the outside corner. Tigers now lead Cleveland 3-0. It's just in the 3rd inning. Another nice block by Doumit. 1-1. Because the White Sox have done well here and the Tigers have done well in Cleveland, suddenly there's an increasing chance that the Central Division might have 2 entrants in the wild card scenario after all. In the playoff scenarios, obviously there'll be a division champion. But right now the Tigers winning percentage is .535. The wild card leader, the Oakland A's, 3.5 games ahead of Detroit. But we have 2.5 weeks left in the schedule. Two and two. Full count. Swarzak having a tough time here, throwing more balls than strikes.
It's been about 5 days between relief appearances for Swarzak. He last worked in that Kansas City series when the Twins lost 10-5. He worked 2 2/3 innings of shutout baseball. Rick Anderson on the phone out to Rich Del Masick in the bullpen.
Three and two. Swarzak walks the bases full.
Well, the air kind of set this up, but Swarzak, the last couple of batters, especially the lower part of the lineup, the number 8 and 9 hitters, you want to make them make contact, and it ends up walking them, and that brings out Rick Anderson.
Kyle Waldrop warming up. Everybody on the mound here. The White Sox have scored 3 times this inning. Wise up.
Well, tough guy to double up. We'll see how the Twins in middle infield are playing back. Morneau and Plouffe playing even with the Bags at first and third.
All one. 17 pitches, just 7 strikes for Swarzak.
Yeah, he's usually better than this. He's usually, around the plate.
It's chipped down the line, foul, and Revere, showing the range he's shown in center and right, he nearly got to that ball. Remember a game last year, he made one of the best catches of the year in left field, laying out in a game against the Texas Rangers here in the middle of the summer from left field. Two and one. Popped up short left. Revere should make the catch. He doesn't have much of an arm. And the throw will come to third base.
The second time that Wise has picked up an RBI on a sacrifice fly. The White Sox, with Ramirez scoring, take a 7-2 lead.
Here's Youkilis with runners at first and second, ninth man to bat this inning. Toronto beat Boston 5-0, sending the Red Sox back into last place. Ball one. And a strike at the knees, 1-1. So people watching the scoreboard here, they can see the Detroit score in a Progressive Field. They've flashed up the 4-run inning here with the White Sox still batting, opening up the game now to 7-2. And then you look back at pivotal points within a game. The Twins getting back-to-back doubles, had the tying run at second, nobody out. They didn't get the tying run, and then you look up 15 minutes later and the other guys have 4 runs. Another nice block by Domet. He's had about 4 of those this inning.
Yeah, Swarzak really struggling with his control. Couple walks in a row, then a sacrifice fly. That breaking ball, Domet deadens the ball.
Two and one.
Not the outing that Scott Diamond wanted. 5 1/3 innings, 6 runs, all earned.
Well, Waldrop has had enough time to warm up. Pretty good bet that Swarzak can't throw any more strikes to Youkilis. He'll be done for the day.
Well, we need one of those sacrifice flies right here. The third out type sacrifice fly.
3-1. 3-2. Full count to Youkilis. And he slices a base hit to right. The throw coming to the infield, running from second base. Flowers scores. And that'll be the end of the afternoon for Anthony Swarzak, who had a really rough time here today.
Yeah, 3-2 fastball. Youkilis picks up an RBI, his second of the ball game on his second hit.
A 5-run inning. Swarzak will be relieved by Kyle Waldrop. Here in the 6th inning, there are a lot of kids in our area who do not play baseball or softball because they can't afford equipment, but you can help by donating new or used equipment at Target Field. The Twins, the Baseball Tomorrow Fund, and Pitch In for Baseball invite you to Equipment Day, September 24th, taking on the Yankees. Fans can drop off new or gently used equipment at select gates before the game. For tickets to the Twins and the Yankees, visit twinsbaseball.com.
Waldrop coming in for the second time in this series. He worked here on Friday night. An inning in the third. He did give up 4 hits, a couple runs, a home run to Youkilis in the Twins 6-0 loss.
Foul back.
Well, Adam Dunn, who started the top of the 6th inning off with his 39th home run, is the 10th man to face to bat here in the top of the 6th.
1 strike. Fastball inside. Youkilis at first after his RBI single. And Dunn beats the shift with a base hit to left. And the score mounts. It's a 6-run inning and a 9-2 lead.
Yeah, Dunn picking up his second hit of the inning. Beckett kind of off the end of the bat, just hitting it the other way. He saw where Florimon was playing up the middle. Ball into left field. Beckham scores for the second time in a ball game.
Now Konerko hitless with 3 outfield flies. Unless the Twins turn this game around, the final 2 series here in this homestand will have turned into a 1-5 series. The 1 win, a walk-off win against the Royals in the series finale. Tapper left side, Plouffe with the catch. And Mauer digs out a low throw, and that ends a miserable inning for the Twins, with the White Sox scoring 6 times. Coors Light Freeze Can.
Well, this coming off the bat of Kevin Youkilis. This in the 3rd inning. A ball that almost went out of the ballpark. Ends up getting a RBI double instead.
Coors Light freeze can brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light. Joe Mauer will lead off the 6th. And a disturbing turn of events from when the Twins last hit in the 5th inning. They got back to within a run. Mauer was on deck. Looked like Revere might be walked. And Revere ends up being retired on a ground ball. And then the next time you look up, the Twins are down by 7. So
yeah, it looked like the Twins had Peavy on the ropes.
Yeah.
But right now he's back out there for his 6th inning of work. Seeing if he can figure out Joe Mauer. He's ahead in the count. But Mauer has had 2 great at-bats against Jake Peavy. A home run in the 1st and then a hard hit double in the 4th.
Jordan Danks in center. Now Wise moving over to right field. 2 strikes to Mauer, a home run and a double. One and 2. Off-speed pitch, tapped foul.
All these at-bats so important for Joe Mauer. Great first two at-bats, getting him that average that was at 319, coming into this plate appearance at 322.
Fouled away. So you look at the competition for the batting race, and you've got Trout. Twins aren't playing the Angels anymore. But you've got Cabrera at 328 coming into play today, and Jeter. And the Twins pitchers could help Mauer's candidacy by holding those guys down a little bit.
Give them a couple offers. I mean, 0 for 4, whatever.
I'm going to have to look it up. I don't think Joe's ever had a batting race get down to the last day from memory. Seems like he's won a batting championship with maybe, 2006. There was some intrigue on that final day apart from the team. With Mauer striking out, 1 away. There was some intrigue as we went into that final day, the day the Tigers ended up losing to the Royals. And I seem to remember there was a competition going into the final day for that batting championship too.
Yeah, Joe won that batting in 2006 by hitting 347. 2008 he hit 328, and then in 2009 he hit 365.
Here's Morneau. Strike 1. I'm trying to think, it's so long ago, 6 years ago, but who the competition would have been with the Yankees, I want to say. At any rate, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. 1-1 to Morneau. A ground out and a walk so far for the Twins' designated hitter. 1-2.
Peavy had 95 pitches, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Twins have 4 hits, all extra base hits, a home run, 3 doubles.
Two and 2. In 2006, 2-2 to Morneau, and he drives it foul. 2006, it was Jeter and Cano challenging Mauer for the batting race, and I think that was the year Cano had been hurt and jumped back into the race with enough plate appearances and with like a week or so to go in the season. 2-2 to Morneau. And now 3-2 with Doman on deck. On 1 hop to Beckham. 2 away. That'll bring up Doman.
Yeah, that pitch count mounting near 100, so Peavy's probably last hitter if he can get this Doman out here. I don't think, you watch Peavy pitch, you don't think he had his good stuff, but then you look up at the scoreboard, he's only given up a couple runs, 4 hits, all extra base hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The guy knows how to pitch. That's what Ron Gardenhire was talking about. Adding and subtracting. Done a good job of that this afternoon.
And a liner to Beckham. Doman lines out, and Peavy, if he is done, finishes with a 1-2-3 inning. And it was a game until the 6th.
Yeah, Twins took a 1-0 lead thanks to Joe Mauer's 10th home run, a solo in the first. But then the White Sox came back. In the 6th inning, they sent 11 men to the plate. Adam Dunn led off with a home run. 3 batters later, Viciedo hitting a 2-run home run in the 6-run 6th inning. And Jake Peavy, 6 innings, looking for his 11th win with a 9-2 lead.
Jordan Danks will lead off the 7th for Chicago, facing Kyle Waldrop. And outside, ball 1. Jordan Danks, the brother of John Danks, done for the year. The opening day starter for the White Sox with shoulder problems this year. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yeah, Danks a couple stints this season with the Chicago White Sox. 26 years old, a younger brother.
One and 2. Danks, Viciedo, and Ramirez here in Chicago's 7th inning. Casilla to Mauer, 1 away. Join Olympic gold medalist Kevin Love for basketball instruction and fun at the inaugural Kevin Love Basketball Pro Camp, September 22nd and 23rd at Eden Prairie High School. For more information and to register, visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on the upcoming events banner. Down and away, ball 1 to Viciedo. Viciedo with an RBI double in the 4th to right center field. Then he hit a ball that looked a lot like when they have the softball hitters here, and they use those high compression softballs that are, like Titleists.
I threw a lot of those when I was pitching myself. Yeah.
Well, he hit one like that.
Yes, he did.
A line shot that looked like it was still climbing when it hit the upper deck. And Waldrop hits the inside corner. Spun back over the net, now to play. Pitch was up, and then the ball kept climbing.
We really don't have to show this again, do we?
I guess it was starting to come down.
Those break seats.
Off the handle of the bat, Florimon gloves it. 2 away. So Waldrop gets a couple of outs here in the 7th, and he'll face Alexei Ramirez. White Sox were supposed to have an off day tomorrow, but because they got rained out Thursday in their series finale with Detroit, they will leave the road, go home for an afternoon game tomorrow, and then go back on the road. Ramirez takes a strike. The White Sox will go to Kansas City, then they go out west, take on the Angels, and they'll finish the season on the road in Cleveland in whatever form the Indians might be in at the end of the season. Twins won their last 3 games at the start of this homestand against Cleveland, crawling into a tie with the Indians, and now the teams have matched records. Nice play going to his left. Kloof has it. Neither record's been very good, but the Twins find themselves still tied with the Indians for 4th place. Cup of premium roast coffee from McDonald's. Any size is just $1. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Statue of Rod Carew out on the plaza here outside Target Field. The attendance has just been outstanding, and we wish the baseball had been just as good.
Yeah, I don't think the players and I know the players and the Twins organization thank everybody for supporting Twins baseball.
I like the word you used regarding the poor home record this year. It's really been unacceptable. You can't do anything other than finish where the Twins are going to finish in the standings if you can't win at home.
You have to win at home.
Brian Omogrosso coming in to Trying to pick up the ball game here in the 7th inning with the White Sox comfortably in front.
Yeah, Twins saw Omogrosso in Chicago, just a September call-up by the Chicago White Sox, 28-year-old. Signed by the White Sox back in 2006 out of Indiana State University. Jake Peavy battled through 6 innings. He gave up only 2 runs on 4 hits. 1 home run off the bat of Joe Mauer.
1 walk, and that was with first base open and Morneau at the plate. Peavy recovered from that to strike out the next 2 batters. So the White Sox are 9 outs away from completing a 3-game sweep and humbling the Twins in the season series 14-4. And Robin Ventura will maintain his team's lead in the division for at least another day. Indians trying to come back. They're making a threat here in the 4th inning, or in Cleveland, with the Tigers up 3-0. Here is Parmelee. Strike 1.
Omogrosso with a good fastball, slider, and a changeup.
One and one. Man, live Oakland's off to a quick start against Baltimore again. 2-0. First inning. Still not done. Fouled back. Was unfortunate. A fan reaching for the ball spilled his beer and then didn't catch the baseball.
Oh no, that's the worst part, spilling the beer.
Up high to Parmelee. 2-2.
You know, as a player, Dick, a lot of times, you know, when I wasn't pitching, you sit in the dugout and you watch the ball game. I remember I was with the Pirates, we're in LA, and so one of our hitters hit a foul ball up into the upper deck in Dodger Stadium, and it went into one of those holes where people come in and out to go get concessions.
Right.
And I swear this guy came in, he must have had 4 beers on his tray with hot dogs and everything, and guess where that ball hit? It hit right on the tray. Everything went flying. Oh, did I laugh. Well, Jake Peavy this afternoon, again, looking for his 11th win. He got plenty of run support, especially late in the ball game, but it was a tight ball game. But Jake Peavy, 6 innings, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
Parmelee draws a walk. Plouffe will hit. For a period far too long for Trevor's taste, after he came off the disabled list, he wasn't stinging the ball. He wasn't hitting it hard. And then for about a week or so, he was hitting the ball hard, wasn't getting much to show for it. But now we're seeing him swing the bat with the type of authority we saw during that wonderful home run surge.
Well, I think as a hitter, and I know Roy's not down on the camera well, but you go through ups and downs throughout a career. And, you know, Trevor Plouffe, it builds character. You know, as a pitcher, you're going to have bad outings. Diamond had a bad outing. It builds character. He has not pitched as well in the second half as he did, you know, prior to the All-Star game. So it builds character. It makes you work harder, hopefully. You don't give up on yourself. I remember seeing a tweet, I believe, from Trevor Plouffe about that. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Right.
You just have to work harder.
And if you're in a hitting slump, you got to keep hitting, and the slump might continue. Well, I'll ask Adam Dunn or Alex Rios about that, about how miserable it can be and how tough it can be to work your way out of it. Backhanded by Ramirez, and he starts a nifty double play.
Boy, you look at that double play combination right there. Great feed. Ramirez got over there quickly. Nice feed over to Beckham. Beckham quick turn to turn the double play. No matter what the score is, you play the game hard, and Plouffe hitting that slider, backhanded play, nice feed to Beckham, quick turn to complete the double play.
Base is empty, 2 down. Casilla coming to the plate. it would probably benefit everyone involved. Trevor Plouffe could just finish with a good couple of weeks. Not that he's guaranteed a spot, but the Twins could focus their attention elsewhere if they were less concerned that his streak just before the All-Star break was a flash in the pan. If he can just have some consistent at-bats and look like he's capable of anchoring the job for third base next year, then the Twins can divert their attention elsewhere.
Well, you know what? You look at Trevor Plouffe's minor league career. I mean, he made the ball club because he was out of options. Twins wanted to keep him. He got a chance to play when Danny Valencia kind of faltered at third base. He took advantage of that, but his minor league numbers, he's never hit for a high average, but you know, he's never really hit for a lot of power. And instead now he's hit, what, 21 home runs. If he can hit 250, 260 in that position, play good defense and hit for power, ooh, let's hope he can do that next year.
There are plenty of other areas on the roster that need to be addressed, and I don't know that, given the experience with Valencia, I mean, people thought after his rookie year that, you know, all right, we found our third baseman. We don't need to worry about that for 5-6 years. Here's Casilla getting his second hit as he pokes one toward the corner, and he'll hold up with a single. But, you know, 18 months after Valencia won the third base job permanently, he was gone. And so you never know how long someone's going to anchor a position, but the Twins would love to just put Trevor Plouffe over there and just let him have it for 4 or 5 years.
Let's hope that happens.
Strike one. Florimon, the batter. It's not been a good day for him at the plate or in the field. And he averaged down to 228. Casilla with a walking lead towards second, and he takes off, and we'll come back. There you see Chris Herman. Looks like he might get in. He's all geared up, ready to go.
Should be a good ball game to get his feet wet.
And will be guaranteed his first major league at bat. Little looper to left. Florimon will take it. It's a base hit. So Florimon drops a single into left field. Grosso's only retired one batter. It was Plouffe. And now Span will hit.
Well, these always look like a line drive in the paper the next day. So Florimon picking up his first hit for the Twins, their sixth.
See, that's always said from the hitter's perspective. You know, it looks like a line drive in the newspaper. What about from the pitcher's perspective? You look at the box score, yeah, that was just a little flare.
We remember those dying quails.
Here's Span 0 for 3. 3 fly balls to the outfield. Strike. Jarrett Burton hasn't been used in the setup capacity as much in this homestand as he would like. So it looks like he'll pitch the 8th inning here today regardless. Strike 2. Bit of a smirk by Denard.
Yeah, fastball for strike 1, then a little bit off-speed pitch for strike 2. Span 3 fly ball out so far in the ball game.
Yankees beat Tampa Bay 6-4. So they will maintain their 1-game lead over Baltimore by day's end. More significantly, they won the series and pushed the Rays back to 5 out in the American League East. And Oakland or Baltimore is going to win that game out in the Bay Area. So the Rays will be 4 games back in the wild card. So the team everybody was fearful of 2 weeks ago, facing longer odds of getting into the playoff field to begin with. 2 strikes to Span. You know, that's the thing about a good race, as bunched as the teams have been. Forget one bad week, one bad series. As many teams that are in this hunt, if you have a bad series against one of the other teams that's also in the hunt, that's really tough.
Kind of what Baltimore and Oakland are going at each other right now. Because that allows the Angels to get a little bit closer in that wild card.
2 strikes to Span. 1-2. The A's with a 2-1 lead over Baltimore today. Again, they're just 2 games behind Texas. And the Rangers have been in a rain delay for well over an hour. Whoa. Slipped out of his hand. I hope.
Yeah, this is why you take pine tar out there with you. So that doesn't happen.
And Span doesn't like strike 1, 2, or 3 being called against him. And the Twins leave 2 on in the 7th.
From the minor leagues or make advancements in the minor leagues. Usually it's in season, but this was a unique one, Dick and Bert, for Chris Herrmann. He was hanging at home in Fort Myers, Florida, hanging out with his girlfriend when general manager Terry Ryan called him at 12:30 a.m. He missed the phone call, saw it was Terry Ryan 5 minutes later and said, uh-oh, this might not be good. Turns out, obviously, it was just the opposite. He was on a flight at 2 o'clock the next day and made his way here to Minnesota. I said, well, what's all this like so far? He looks and he smiles. He goes, yeah. This is a pretty cool place, Target Field. So here he is playing for the first time.
And, of course, all of it precipitated because Joe Mauer had some back issues. Ryan Doman was nursing his rib cage injury. And Drew Butera was catching. The Twins went one game with really only one catcher.
Right. Well, Chris Herrmann, 24 years old, signed by the Twins in 2009 out of the University of Miami. So getting his first major league exposure. They're going to catch Jarrett Burton. Burton coming in for the 57th time. And they had that little conversation already. Okay, I'll throw a fastball, I throw a slider, and then that pretty good changeup. Be ready for it. Herrmann this year at Double-A in New Britain. Hit 276 in 127 ball games. Not only caught, he also played some outfield.
And it sets up well for him, too. He showed up here. He was technically available to play on Friday. But he had, shut down physically and mentally from baseball for about a week. Then got the call. Chance to kind of gear up again and get back into the baseball frame of mind. Flowers at the plate. The first pitch fouled back. Chris Parmelee moving into first base. Bauer's day is done. Mastroianni going over to take over in right field. Flowers, Beckham, and Wise scheduled to hit against Jared Burton. And his first major league foul tip.
He's got a smile on his face, too. Didn't take long.
Yeah. Right in the grill. Well, before all of that happened, Herman was smiling with home plate umpire Gary Cederstrom. I'm sure Ron Gardenhire mentioned, hey, we got a new catcher. It's his major league debut. Bouncer wide of third.
He hasn't caught one yet.
Yeah, you might imagine Gary Cederstrom welcoming him to the big leagues, but the foul tip is really what welcomed him to the big league.
He's called 3 pitches and yet to catch one in his glove. Caught it in the mask.
2 strikes. Popped up, short center.
Still hasn't caught one.
May as well just throw his glove in the dugout.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
And you can see Herman engaged in some exchange of some sort with Beckham. All these players, you can imagine them coming up and saying, hey, welcome. Swing and a miss.
There you go. He caught one.
Every time he's peeled off his mask, he's had a big smile on his face. Let's hope it lasts for about 10, 12 years. Foul back, 2 strikes. Well, perfect guy to catch in your first major league inning. Burton right around the plate. He's been a really good pitcher. Pretty mellow personality.
Herman, good size, 6 foot tall. About here's a changeup right here, 200 pounds.
The right field corner, chased by Mastroianni. Play. I asked Terry Ryan about him the other day, the day of his call up. Herman, I said, no. What do we think of him? He said he's a good player. He's going to be with us for more than a September call-up down the road. Does a nice job behind the plate and does enough things at the plate to where he's got a pretty good future as a big leaguer.
8 pitches. He's only caught 1. There's the info about Herman. Herman again hit 276 in 127 ball games. Had almost 500 minor league at bats in New Britain. Hit 10 home runs. Drove in 61 runs.
You can imagine him being the everyday catcher next year at AAA with numbers like that. And as we all know, when you are at AAA, whether you are a position player or a pitcher, you're one heartbeat, one phone call away. Chopper to short. Florimo fires over to Parmalee. 2 down.
And Burton now has thrown 10 pitches, and Herman has caught 1. Kind of makes you want to just call a pitch out, just so you can get a ball in the glove.
So as Herman told Robbie the story, he gets a phone call at 12:30. It's from the general manager of the Major League Club. Misses the call, has to call back. And then he's told he's coming to the big league. Get on the 2 o'clock flight. Here's a drive to right center field. And Parmalee is going to go chase it. And Wise will have a double, or Mastroianni rather, in right field. So then for Herman, his job is to get back to sleep. Fat chance of that happening.
No way. Well, Burton with a fastball and Wise picking up his first hit of the ball game, a double, his 8th double of the year. Remember, he drove in a couple runs with 2 sacrifice flies earlier in the ball game.
Here's Jose Lopez. And Burton misses the outside corner.
The most important thing, Herman caught one.
And a swing and a miss. Foul tip. Indians have tied the Tigers. 3-3, bottom of the 5th. Technologies makes it a lot easier to follow the other games. The White Sox get done with this game, assuming the Cleveland-Detroit game is still in progress, and now the Indians have taken a 4-3 lead. They can watch the game in the clubhouse and follow it as they get ready to head back to Chicago. The terrible ending of the 1967 season for the Twins. They knew they were eliminated by the Red Sox, but the Red Sox, as I recall, still had to wait for either the Tigers or the White Sox to lose. Here's a nice block by Herman.
Good stop right there. Young man getting in front of it. His first major league block. Everything will be a first.
There's a strikeout and a tag for the final out. Lopez gone and a scoreless 8th in his major league debut for the catcher, Chris Herman.
Until we hit the top half of the 6th inning, that's when it all went downhill as the White Sox are on their way to a 14-4 series win here this season against the Minnesota Twins. And on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, we'll talk about their power in pitching. The power came in the 6th inning when the White Sox made a 3-2 game, a 9-2 game. The pitching, Jake Peavy, 6 strong innings, giving up just 2 runs. And then we're going to talk about Joe Mauer and his return tonight. Good day for Joe Mauer. Steps right back in and goes 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. And Ron Gardenhire's post-game comments. Probably don't want to miss his comments after what's been a very frustrating series this season, Dick and Bird, against the White Sox.
It's been a very disappointing homestand. The Twins had high hopes of playing the role of spoiler, and just the opposite has happened. Donnie Field coming out of the Chicago bullpen.
Yeah, hard-throwing left-hander. Came up with the Pirates in 2009, then had the Tommy John surgery. Took him a while, and this is his 2nd stint with the Chicago White Sox this season.
Ben Revere will lead off. Darren Mastroianni will hit next, and Fields off to a rough start today.
I believe that should be a ball because he did drop the ball.
I just was watching Gary Cederstrom and he waved off no pitch.
I don't think he got balanced very well. You can see the right foot landing before he really wanted it to. But if you held on to the ball, it was not a pitch, but he dropped the ball.
Well, the count is 1-0. And at the knees, a strike, 1-1. It'll be Revere, Mastroianni, and then for all we know, Morneau, the designated hitter. But more importantly, Chris Herman would hit fourth this inning. Jose Lopez is at first base. Ray Olmedo is at third base. And Revere gets jammed and rolls it foul. 1-2.
Another great crowd here, 31,722.
Revere hits it on a line to center. Danks is there, one away. One homestand to go after today. And tickets are available for all the games, including the 3-game set against the Yankees. The Yankees come to town September 24th through the 26th. And to order your Yankee tickets or tickets for the other series against the Tigers, call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. One gone in the 8th. And here's Mastroianni. Ball 1. Mauer had gone 2 for 3 with a home run, double, and strikeout. Matt Carson's on deck. He'll take over the DH duties for Morneau. Twins were hoping that the return of Domet and Mauer would allow the Twins to get a lot more done offensively, but they ran into Jake Peavy.
Yeah, and Scott Diamond just, first couple innings okay, then he hit the kind of hit a wall right there in the 6th inning. Gave up a couple home runs.
I think what Diamond needs to do, not that he isn't trying, he probably needs to have that game, 7 innings, just 1 run allowed, so people would not be raising the question about his durability in September. 2-2. Full count, Carson on deck. And somewhere in the dugout, Chris Herman got a major case of the butterflies. And Mastroianni will take first base. And Herman steps out onto the on-deck circle. I remember a couple years ago, Matthew Lecroy was still playing, and he was brought to the Twins under similar circumstances. The Twins just needed another catcher, and Lecroy had, of course, been with the Major League club, was playing in the minor leagues for the Twins, and they brought him up. I only think he got into a game or two, but now it's the rookie Herman, a few moments away from his Major League debut at the plate. Carson swings and misses. Doesn't it seem like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that the Twins had Eric Komatsu on the team? That was earlier this year, back in May. And now Carson gets a call up, gets a chance to play some in the outfield. One and 2 to Carson. Foul to the net. Carson strikes out, and here comes Chris Herman for his major league debut. Herman gave you his minor league numbers this year. It's a chance here against the left-hander Donnie Beal.
Look for the fastball and swing hard.
Takes it low, ball one.
Fastball low, yeah. And an at-bat that he will never forget.
Regardless of the outcome. Runner goes, pitch taken for a strike. So now he's got a chance with a hit to the outfield of driving in his first major league run with Mastroianni at second. Defensive indifference allowing Mastroianni to advance. 5 Twins have hit home runs in their first major league at bat. Most recently Luke Hughes, who did it a little over 2 years ago.
Remember that? That was in Detroit.
On the ground, and Beckham flips to first. That ends the 8th inning. Herman will get the gear on, come out and catch the 9th. Over 30,000 Twins fans putting their hands in the air. And the Twins are trailing here 9-2.
And it'll be Glenn Perkins coming in and pitching the top of the 9th inning. Jared Burton had the 8th. 2 guys that the Twins would like to see more of maybe next year here at home in save situations. Perkins did pick up the win in his last outing here in that 10-inning 4-3 win, coming against the Kansas City Royals by pitching 2 shutout innings. And Herman's throw down, and then I think he's more worried about going out and talking to Perkins. What do you feature, young man?
Ball 1 to Olmedo. The hope is, if not the plan, that in the next homestand, Matt Capps might be able to pitch an inning like this, or maybe even a save situation. Capps is leaving tomorrow for Florida. Going to get in some action down in the instructional league. Prove that his shoulder is feeling fine, and then he's going to hopefully rejoin the club when they start the homestand against the Yankees.
Yeah, Matt Capps basically said himself, hey, I doubt if I'm going to be back next year, but for me, and he just wants to know that, his arm is fine.
Perkins recovers, spins and fires, doesn't panic, throws to Parmalee, 1 away.
Yeah, good job by Perkins right there, bare-handing the ball and then flipping it over to Parmalee for the first out.
That will bring up Dan Johnson, who gets a chance to swing the bat in his home state.
A swinging bunt right there. Omito out.
Johnson taking over the DH spot for Paul Konerko, who had gone 0 for 4. Johnson spending most of his year at Charlotte, AAA team. And a check swing, ball 1. Home cooking for Dan Johnson this weekend. High and tight, 1-1. Excuse me, 2-0. Johnson had 84 at bats with the Rays last year. Hit 119. 3-0. But the big home run that tied the game in the 9th in game 162, and then a couple innings later, Longoria sent the Rays to the playoffs. And an at-bat like that, as much as anything else, explains Johnson's presence on this Chicago team as they play down the stretch. It might be just one at-bat for them, but it could be a critical at-bat. 3-2.
Two Minnesota boys going at each other here, Perkins and Johnson. Perkins born in St. Paul, Dan Johnson in Coon Rapids. And he hits it back to the okay, there you go.
Perkins again doesn't panic. He's got 2 assists here in his 9th inning. Jimmy John's delivery of the game, Dan Viciedo.
Yeah, Viciedo with that big 2-run home run in the 6th inning, in the 6-run 6th inning for the White Sox. The RBI double coming in the 4th, and then the 2-run home run in the 6th.
And Perkins hoping to leave Viciedo in the on-deck circle. Thanks, a little pop-up wide of 3rd, retreating as Plouffe makes a nice catch in foul ground. And Perkins pitches a 1-2-3, top of the 9th. Big 6th inning, and the game reset, pretty much dashing those hopes for today.
Yeah, you know, the Twins aren't going anywhere. You want to be a spoiler, and that's what they are hoping to do here, is just win, you know, hey, beat the White Sox. But doesn't look like it's going to happen that way unless the Twins can do against Philip Humber what they did against him in his last outing. And he has not pitched since he faced the Twins back on September 4th in Chicago. He allowed 8 runs in 1/3 of an inning in relief of that game that the Twins won 18-9.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, there's always a chance. You never give up. Tell what they say in baseball, that fat lady sings.
Parmelee, Plouffe, and Casilla due up here, with Umber having a whiplash of a season. It couldn't have started out any better than it did for Umber. He threw a perfect game in Seattle, and by season's end, he's got mop-up duty out of the Chicago bullpen.
Umber, of course, pitched for the Twins in 2008 and 2009. A total of 13 relief appearances in those 2 years. As part of the Johan Santana trade from the Mets.
Strike 1 to Parmelee. Drew a walk his last time up. Fouled back. 2 strikes. And a breaking ball wide of the plate, 1 and 2. Two and 2.
He's always had a very good curveball, Umber, but he's had a tough time getting it over consistently. Fastball in the low 90s. Once the Mets' #1 pick out of Rice University back in 2004.
Full count. The turnaround for Umber was immediate. He followed up his perfect game against the Mariners with the worst start of his career at that time. And Parmelee strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe with a strikeout in the 2nd, a double and a run scored in the 5th. And then a sharp grounder hit to Ramirez for a double play in the 7th. At the knees, strike 1.
Well, not a lot of offense in this series against the Chicago White Sox. Here on Friday night, Twins were able to only muster 4 hits. 2 hits in yesterday's ball game, and 6 so far here today. And Plouffe, ball out. Lopez catches that ball for the 2nd out.
Well, that might change in Cleveland when the Twins open the series there on Tuesday, but the problem is the Indians have moved David Huff into the rotation, and Huff has been very good in 2 relief outings, so including 1 against the Twins here earlier in his homestand. And the Twins will face Zach McAllister and Corey Kluber. And the Indians hanging on to that 4-3 lead over Detroit, bottom of the 6th inning. Angels beat Kansas City 4-3. Crushing loss last night for the Angels. Fly ball to left, and that'll wrap it up. A humiliating season series for the Twins against the Chicago White Sox ends in a 9-2 win, and the White Sox have come to Minnesota and swept the Twins. Kevin Gorg, a very frustrating homestand, and now just 1 homestand left on the schedule.
Yeah, Twins will look to turn things around in a hurry after a tough go of it this weekend against the White Sox. They are swept. We'll break it down on Twins Live, presented by Central Inc. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire. Keeping the road trip, the 6-run 6th inning does us in today. White Sox 9, Minnesota 2.